Winter in Columbia left me feeling blue. January and February were cold, wet, and gray. I felt lost and decided I needed a big change. So, with barely even a discussion with another person, and less than a month into my 6th semester of college, I withdrew from school. Though my dad had changed majors, changed colleges, and even tried the Army before finally earning his degree, and my mom never finished college, they weren't too happy about my decision. What I didn't know then was that my parents were also facing the most difficult period in their 25-year marriage, a union that would end later that year. Since I was renting a house near campus with friends, I decided to remain in Columbia after my withdrawal from the university. I found a job at the South Carolina State Mental Hospital in the adolescent ward and was given the slightly overstated title of mental health specialist, working with kids who were only a few years younger than me. It was an entry-level position, paid pretty decently, and mostly required that I let kids in and out of different spaces and made sure they stayed out of trouble. I was affectionately given the nickname Key Man. The experience made me realize how fortunate my home life had been, as many of the kids from the ward were products of broken families. After a period in the ward with the kids, I was transferred to adult recreation therapy, where we got to host a weekly dance for the adult patients. It amazed me that some of the sickest adults in that hospital, whose severe illnesses ranged from dementia to bipolar disorder, could jump right into a smooth, eloquently grooving dance step upon hearing the right Marvin Gaye song. I learned a lot working with those patients every day, and I was sure glad to be away from the textbooks for the first time in my life. But I didn't quit school just to get a paycheck, and a job was not going to fill the void I was feeling. So I scoured newspapers, music stores, and bulletin boards around town to see if anyone was looking for a drummer. I'd been missing a creative outlet in my life. Now, without soccer and school filling up my time, I had room to concentrate on making music. The options weren't endless in a mid-sized southern city like Columbia, but they sure were amusing. Bass player needed for southern-style, psychedelic prog rock band. Janis Joplin meets Rush, but with cowboy boots. Serious inquiries only. Indie college rock band needs female singer with cool hair. Must be willing to travel. Looking for drummer bass player for edgy, greasy, alternative country rock band. Glitterneck meets Glamour Billy. Must wear leather.